So Crown Jewel came and went already. But we saw a couple of good matches on in this pay-per-view this tonight. Uh there was a surprise which caught me off guard. I did not like the ending of the main event, and we are gonna go live. We are live right now, and we're gonna be talking about this Crown Jewel event, and we're gonna be talking about all the matches, what I thought about it, and whatnot, and we're gonna talk about that and much more on the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. Welcome to the Chokeslam Report special edition. I'm gonna call this a special edition because I usually don't do live, put it that way, after a pay-per-view. But because Crown Jewel started at 1:00 today, I figured I might as well just talk about it now. And I'm sure that there's thousands of other podcasters doing the same thing. But I'm gonna give you my analysis and what I felt about the matches. My view without no damn tribalism like most of these podcasters do, but I'm going to keep it to you straight. So, Crown Jewel, it was, it's always special when you see Crown Jewel when it comes. It's gotten better the last couple of years, and this year was very, very interesting because they created this humongous belt with God knows how many jewels in it. There was 250 embedded jewels, whatever it was, for the women and men world championship matches. So it was cool to see it. But the only sad part about it that I felt like, wow, they did all these belts, but these belts are gonna stay at Saudi Arabia and whatnot. So it was cool. It was cool to see those belts and whatever and whatnot. But Crown Jewel started with a match that kind of caught me by surprise because I was thinking that this match was going to be the main event because the way when they announced it and the way, they usually show it online, how the matches are stacked up, they had the original Bloodline versus the new version of the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa's version of the Bloodline. And I felt like, wow, they're going to put this when we got Survivor Series around the corner and we're going to put this match up already and whatnot. So the funny thing is that that I was very surprised that this match was the first match of the night. Now, this match was decent, and at one point I kept seeing the match, and I kept seeing that the story was that Jey Uso, was there because of family. He really wasn't there because Roman Reigns, he's going to be the bloodline tribal chief, and he's going to be telling Jey Uso what to do, whatnot. In the beginning, you saw that already. There was some type of tension. Once I saw that, I was like, okay, they should have done this for the Survivor Series War Games. So the match was all right. I can't say it was something else like, oh my God, this and that, because pretty much we've been seeing this for weeks. These guys attacking each other back and forth, single matches against each other. So at one point toward the ending of the match, I said to myself, why are these guys wrestling already? But then I remember there's a fourth member that they're supposed to bring in. Now, this Monday night, we saw Sami Zayn talking to Solo Sikoa. So in my head, I'm saying, well, it looks like Sami Zayn is going to be the fourth member of the group. But something bigger is going to happen at Survivor Series War Game. I'm going to predict that, or we'll talk about it later. But this match was all right. It wasn't as something that we expected. The minute I saw it, I was like, I did not put it. I wasn't surprised that it was Sami Zayn that came out toward the end. But what surprised me was Solo Sikoa actually pinning Roman Reigns clean. It was a clean pin. which caught me off guard because I was like, I figured it would probably be Jey Uso or Jimmy Uso getting pinned, but in this spot, Roman Reigns took the pin. Congratulations to him. Let me put it that way. Congratulations to him, because usually, you know, some wrestlers don't like, you know, doing certain things, but you know, it was this match again. It was not all that. It was decent, but it kind of only sets up what's going to happen in Survivor Series, and that is, we already know who is going to be the fourth member at this War Games coming up at Survivor Series on November 30th. We're definitely going to see Solo Sikoa and his team against the original Bloodline, who at one point they had Sami Zayn as part of that group. But is Sami Zayn going to turn on the Bloodline or not? That remains to be seen. You know what I'm saying? So that was the first match of the night. Again, surprising. The high part, we got the highs and lows. This was the high part of the pay-per-view. Seeing Solo Sikoa pinning Roman Reigns tonight, which pretty much now sets up, you know, the Tribal Chief versus Tribal Chief, and the whole War Games is already set up. That's your War Games. It's going to be the original Bloodline against the new version of Bloodline, and that's your War Games. Now, do not, and I'm gonna say this right now, I'm gonna predict it right now. Do not be surprised if Hikuleo, yes, the little brother of the Tongas, the Tamatanga, shows up at Survivor Series and is involved somewhere, somehow in that match. We could see that happening. That could probably be Hikuleo's debut at Survivor Series. It happened last year. It happened with CM Punk when he appeared. I could see that the War Games is going to be the main event. There's no other way to put it. No other way to put it. You know? So, yeah, we're live. Yes. I usually don't do this, but I got to do this. The next match was the Fatal 4-Way Women's Tag Team match. I honestly don't care about these tag teams. You know what I'm saying? They got the meta whatever, for whatever. Those one of the women's there, Legend, she looks like she could go in that ring against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill and whatnot and do her thing. But this match was just 4 tag teams going at it. And the one person that I said to myself, why is this woman even in this match? And I'm talking about Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green, they have pretty much made an embarrassment of this woman. I don't know why they're doing this. They got, every time I see Chelsea Green in a pay-per-view, she's always getting clowned. She's always doing something crazy, something that doesn't make no sense. But they still got her teaming up with Piper Niven. Piper Niven is another one who was in NXT UK. She was someone to watch. She was very, very a credible wrestler, where she was very dangerous as far as in the title picture and whatnot. Here they got her teaming up with Chelsea Green, which makes Chelsea Green look like a clown. In this match, I don't know why they did this. I just, and then a team that I really like that now I think they just not even carry for them, and that's Damage Control. Io Sky and oh my God, I forgot her name. Kiari, whatever her name is. So in that tag team, I really didn't care. It's just that was like the boring part of the pay-per-view. That women's tag team. Nothing against tag team, women's tag team, nothing. It just, when it comes to those belts, if you notice, the only reason they gave those belts to Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill is because there's not really a credible tag team in that division. Maybe the girls Meta, whatever the tag team's name is, Meta something, they look like a credible tag team. And when they came from NXT, but come on, you can't put them in there with Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Piper Niven is the better wrestler out of that, as far as the way they portraying her in WWE, is the better wrestler than Chelsea Green. Every time I look at Chelsea Green, she's doing something stupid, something clownish. They got her as a clown. It don't make no sense to me. It don't make no sense to me. So I don't understand that. And I know a lot of people will be like, "Oh, you just hate WWE." That's not true. I don't hate WWE because otherwise I would not have been watching Crown Jewel to begin with. So I'm just like, again, to me, my notes I have here, I said nothing to talk about this match. And Chelsea Green being part of this match was a joke since they have portrayed her as a clown. She's better than that. I'm going to tell you right now, she's better than that. And still waiting for the breakup of Carhill and Belair. When are we going to have that? Maybe we could have it in the Royal Rumble. That could happen. The Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins, I think that's one of the better matches of the night. That was a very, very good match. I mean, it lived up to the way they built it, where, Bronson Reed being this monster and whatnot. And it was about time that they pushed Bronson Reed to the point where, as this monster, the way he was doing it before out there in the Indies when he left WWE the first time, he was fired by WWE NXT. They putting him the way he was when he was in the Indies and New Japan Pro Wrestling as this dangerous guy in the ring. This match with him and Seth Rollins was a very good match. Shows that, I mean, I got to give it to Seth Rollins. He took a avalanche from the top rope and was able to take that. And luckily, I was like, when I saw that, I'm like, if he hits him with another one and then he gets out, it's going to be stupid. It's going to look stupid. But pretty much Seth Rollins did everything to this man, and he kept getting up and whatnot toward the end. He did a super stomp from the top rope, but you could see that I guess it was he got cut with the stairs when he stomped him in the head with the stairs. Had his head toward the stairs because he was bleeding. But I don't think this feud is over. It's not done with, because now my question, the first thing I said, okay, Seth Rollins beats him, and I'm sure this is not over. I'm sure it's not over at all. I can see it's not over. And so maybe we're going to see another match between these two, or Monday night we could see Bronson Reed attack Seth Rollins again. If not, who is out there that could face Bronson Reed? Because don't tell me that you're going to now have him lose to Seth Rollins and then pretty much kill his momentum that he has right now and whatnot. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I think that the way he wrestled Seth Rollins tonight, again, Seth Rollins made him look like $1 million. I got to give kudos to, Seth Rollins. He made him look like $1 million. Same thing with Roman Reigns. He made Solo Sikoa. I think Solo Sikoa made him look good by Solo Sikoa getting pinned by him. So that was cool. Then we had the Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax. Now, this match, I mean, I had a feeling that Liv Morgan's people was going to get involved, whatever, and I knew that Tiffany Stratton was going to be involved with this stupid Money in the Bank nonsense. I just hate that when WWE plays the same storyline every year with if it's not the women's, it's the men. They over here. Oh, I'm about to cash in. I'm about to cash in, but they don't cash in. And this match, which I don't understand, is because supposedly Tiffany Stratton was supposed to be, supposedly be Nia Jax's friend, just to set her up to get her for the belt. And now it looks like Tiffany Stratton said they're friends, but then Nia every time got turned around, this girl's trying to cash in and whatnot. But Liv Morgan took advantage of Nia Jax because of too many outside interference stuff going on. You had Raquel Rodriguez outside. You had Dominic Mysterio outside. Dominic got involved in the match, and Nia Jax lost because Raquel Rodriguez kicked in the head. And this doesn't make Nia Jax look good at all. But then again, Liv Morgan, who right now I think is the better popular, or the people will refer her as a better, as someone that they'd rather have to win this match, is the reason why she got the belt. I guess because also I'm looking at it as Nia Jax won the Queen of the Ring in Saudi Arabia a couple of months ago before she got the title shot against Bayley, and that's why they figured, well, you won the Queen of the Ring in Saudi Arabia. Well, we're gonna give this to Liv Morgan, which is okay. It's kind of fair, but I just don't like all this outside interference, the stupidity with the freaking, the briefcase and all that nonsense. didn't make no sense. Well, not no sense. It makes sense, but if she's gonna cash in. I mean, why did they put it like, okay, Nia Jax got pinned, then okay, now she's gonna go do some. Tiffany Stratton's gonna do something to hit Nia Jax with the briefcase, then cash in. That's the better way to do it, But apparently that's not what it did tonight. So there's still the drama of, okay, Tiffany Stratton may cash in anytime. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them to do what they did with Damian Priest. Damian Priest had his Money in the Bank briefcase for almost a year. And it wasn't until WrestleMania when he cashed in on Drew McIntyre when he won the belt because of CM Punk. So what's crazy, I didn't see with CM Punk. I didn't see CM Punk involved in that. So CM Punk involved in no crown jewel. I don't know why he's unless he's hurt again, because this guy's a walking injury. So yeah. So it was a decent match, but now one of the matches I was really looking forward to was the Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens, and this left me wondering why they even did this. But then I saw the match after that, and I said, well, that's why they did it, because they had 6 matches instead of 5. The Randy Orton Kevin Owens match was crazy because then you had it went out of control, because Kevin went and attacked Randy Orton from before the bell rang. It was back and forth. These guys was throwing themselves through the tables, hitting each other with stairs, chairs, you name it. Officials getting hurt. Kevin Owens stunned the referee. Adam Pearce got RKO. So it was just crazy stuff going on. And at the end, you saw Kevin Owens did an elbow drop from one of the areas from in the audience. Elbow drop, Randy Orton, and they went to commercials. Now, my thing was, you could have done this in Raw. You know what I'm saying? Why do it in the pay-per-view and now left us with nothing? I was thinking more, okay, I want to see that match. But it was just 5 minutes of chaotic stuff. At one point I saw Randy Orton took Kevin Owens and threw him was supposed to go through the announcing table, but the table didn't break. So, but I don't know. I think that was one thing. I'm like, you could have done this in Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. You could have done this in SmackDown, because these guys are SmackDown. You could have done this in SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not gonna have a match, what's the point? So then after that, we had the 3-way between, oh my God, it was Andrade and I forgot the other wrestlers. Andrade and LA Knight. That match was pretty decent. Carmelo Hayes, that's his name. I went blank there for a minute. Well, this is live. I'm live, so I'm gonna have this issue sometimes. Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, and LA Knight for the United States title. Now, again, I don't really watch WWE like that, but I heard that they had 4 out of 7 matches, or 7 matches I think they had, and it was all the matches were like competitive. And LA Knight, I guess, got punished because he got involved in those matches, one of the matches. So this match was pretty good. I think the ones who stole the show pretty much was Carmelo Hayes and Andrade. LA Knight just did what he usually does, So Carmelo Hayes and Andrade stole the match. They were doing all the great move. I mean, at one point, Andrade did a move. I thought he was gonna do a flip on Carmelo Hayes. LA Knight's outside. My man Andrade gets on top of the rope and does a backwards flip and lands on LA Knight on the outside. I'm like, this guy's tremendous, It goes to show you what Andrade is made of. But Andrade, I think he won the Twitter belt, whatever the hell they call it, the X belt, whatever. But Andrade is championship material and whatnot. So, him getting a United States title shot, I don't know where he goes from here, because after this match, LA Knight ended up winning the match and whatnot. He pinned Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes, he's the future of the company. I see big things on him and whatnot. So, This match, I think, was one of the best matches of the night because of these two guys, Carmelo Hayes and Andrade. LA Knight, he does what he does. Again, he walked away with the United States title. I don't know what's next for him, but we shall see because I haven't been finding much of LA Knight. I mean, he's been very quiet. He won the United States title. Well, I think when he beat Logan Paul for it, I think this year, but we'll see what happens. So, and then I think the last match after that was the Gunther and Cody Rhodes match. Now, this match was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It was decent. It brought the type of matches that we expected. We saw Gunther trying to put Cody Rhodes every opportunity he got on a sleeper hold. But at the end, I did not like the ending, the way it ended. Cody Rhodes got caught and whatnot, trying to do a super cutter and ended up landing on top of Gunther, but Gunther put him in a sleeper hold. But he ended up going backwards, rolling himself backwards, and actually pinning Gunther. Now, usually when stuff like this happens, the first thing I say, you're going to tell me that this wrestler has this guy on a sleeper hold, and he's not going to know that his shoulders are pinned and let go of the sleeper hold. Apparently, Gunther did not let go of the sleeper hold and got pinned. Now, again, the match was pretty good, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Gunther got pinned. I don't understand why he got pinned, and I mean, the rumors going around during the week was that Goldberg was in Saudi Arabia and that Goldberg may be involved in this match between Cody Rhodes and Gunther. And I said to myself, if Goldberg appears in freaking Saudi Arabia and interferes in this match, I'm going to be tight because Goldberg should be nowhere near Gunther at all. Goldberg should even be nowhere near a wrestling ring. So when I saw there was going to be Gunther and Cody Rhodes, my predictions were that Kevin Owens was going to get involved between these two matches because he's still mad at Cody. But after I saw his match with Randy Orton, pretty much that eliminated that situation. So I say, because of the rumors going around that Goldberg was supposed to go, or he was in Saudi Arabia, I said to myself, please tell me that Goldberg is not going to interfere in this match between Gunther and Cody, and it's going to cost Gunther this match. But apparently they didn't go that route, and we saw how Cody went and rolled up and pinned Gunther. They shook hands at the end, but we all know somewhere down the line these guys are going to meet up again, and next time I think Gunther will beat Cody. I mean, and I was telling my friend that I don't like the way they're booking Cody and whatnot. Ever since he won the belt in WrestleMania, I think he's losing that aura of the champion and whatnot. But the way I'm looking at it, right now, I think Cody's next opponent could be Kevin Owens. But that might come down maybe somewhere, maybe in the Royal Rumble, because I don't see that happening in SummerSlam. I really don't see it. I think Cody's got to defend the belt with somebody. That's not SummerSlam. Why I can say SummerSlam? I mean Survivor Series. Cody's got to defend that belt with somebody at Survivor Series. Somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't see Kevin Owens and Randy Orton finishing up that feud that fast. It's not going to happen anytime. These guys are going to meet up again somewhere at in Survivor Series. I don't know what type of match, but they're going to end up doing something, you know? So this pretty much sets up, this event sets up all these other events. But right now, look, I already gave you my review on this Crown Jewel stuff. Right? I'm gonna give you now my predictions. I think moving forward, as far as as far as Survivor Series is concerned. So we saw that now. We already know that the Roman Reigns Bloodline versus Solo Sikoa Bloodline. We already know who's going to be the fourth member, who's probably going to join the original Bloodline for Survivor Series at War Games. it's going to be Sami Zayn. But if you see, but remember, it's November 30th, so we still got 3 weeks, 4 weeks left before Survivor Series War Games starts. So now you're going to have the next couple of 3 weeks or 4 weeks where you're going to see Sami Zayn, coming from Raw to SmackDown. Now Roman Reigns going to feel like I can't trust him. We can't have it. Jimmy's going to try, or Jay's going to try to, convince Roman Reigns to let Sami Zayn join the Bloodline or whatever. I mean, we could see Sami Zayn turning on Roman Reigns at the Survivor Series War Games. Okay. Or, like I said earlier, we could see Hikuleo, who WWE signed this guy almost been like 4 or 5 months, and he still hasn't come out on TV because of the developments that's going on with this War Games and the Bloodline. So I could see Hikuleo popping out of somewhere in the War Games and interfering and costing the Bloodline the match, the original Bloodline. I could see that happening. So that already is going to be set up and whatnot, but they're going to lead you to believe that these guys are not going to be able to get along. Sami Zayn, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, because you saw the ending where Sami Zayn went to do the haluva kick at Solo Sikoa when Solo Sikoa was trapped in the ring, and Roman Reigns went to spear him. He got hit with Sami Zayn haluva kick. So now there's going to be some type of they ain't going to trust each other. That's going to lead to from now, this Friday coming up, to all the way to the War Games. So that's the matchup there that I could see happening. And as far as Seth Rollins is concerned, I don't think him and Bronson Reed may not be done, but you have to come up with something, because right now, Seth Rollins, I can see Seth Rollins and CM Punk going at it somewhere between the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania, because that's due. That's due to happen. I mean, I can't see now again Bronson Reed having another match with Seth Rollins for what? Oh, unless they're going to have another match Survivor Series. But my question is, what type of match is going to be? Is it going to be a steel cage? I mean, it's not getting to that point. I mean, you saw how dominant they made Bronson Reed look in his match. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's something to look at. What else? And the Liv Morgan, I don't know who's going to defend that belt, because right now Rhea Ripley is out for the remainder of the year. I mean, she has an orbital fracture, and I guess she got that this past Monday during her little fight with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. So she's going to be out indefinitely. So we don't know when she's coming back. We do not know. You know what I'm saying? We do not know. What else I saw tonight? Nia Jax, she's gonna lose the belt. I think Tiffany Stratton, whatever her name is, Tiffany Stratton, she's gonna cash in sooner or later on somebody. And right now she's a SmackDown girl, so we know she's gonna cash in when Nia Jax least suspects. So that little story is getting interesting and whatnot. So Gunther. Again, I don't know who he's going to defend the belt against, but it better be no Goldberg. Please. Goldberg should be nowhere near a wrestling ring. Okay? This is the same guy that was complaining a couple of years that WWE never gave him a retirement match and whatnot. And I was so scared that he would show up at AEW, and AEW, Tony Khan will give him one, because, Tony Khan will do something stupid like that. So, but we don't know where Gunther's going to go next. I mean, I'm sure that CM Punk is going to think that he should get the next title shot and whatnot. And because, I mean, reality, CM Punk hasn't done anything this year. Was stuck in a feud with Drew McIntyre for months. And that's the only matches he has had. So I don't want to hear he's going to get a title shot. That'll be stupid. You know what I'm saying? So, but that is it for me. That is it for me for this Crown Jewel review. Again, check out my podcast, my Chokeslam Wrestling Report on YouTube podcast, and check out all the other contents I have there. Also, you guys want to follow me on social media, check out my social media, Facebook, Instagram, the X, and of course the YouTube channel. Subscribe, share. Also, guys, you can follow me also on TikTok. I have a TikTok, the Chokeslam Wrestling, and you can see all the little clips I have there. And of course, I got the podcast store. The podcast store, you guys could go to tcwr.veryimpressive.com. You see it right there on the scroll at the bottom, tcwr.veryimpressive.com. And whatnot, you get to get t-shirts, you get the hat, you get the hoodie, the Chokeslam Wrestling Report, and check those out and whatnot. Tell your friend about my podcast. No tribalism in here. Okay, that's the number one thing I say when I'm in here. No tribalism. I watch everything, and if I have to criticize about any promotion, I'm gonna do it. I don't got no favorites. New Japan Pro Wrestling is my favorite, but I give props where props is due, and I'll criticize when they get to criticize. So other than that, again, support the podcast, support the Chokeslam Wrestling Report and whatnot, and we'll be back next week with more of the Chokeslam Wrestling Report.